Pandemic has certainly caused so much in our lives to change, so why not our dating habits as well, right? Added to the list. Each year, the dating site Match holds its Singles in America study, and you can bet the findings for 2020 are showing some unusual trends. Politics, social change are increasingly important in the dating world. So here to share more is relationship expert Rachel D'Alto. Welcome back to the Pick Some More News, Rachel. How you doing?
Thanks for having me.
So obviously 2020, Rachel, has been shaped by the global pandemic. Politics and the survey by Match is actually showing that it's reflecting in the dating world. I thought it was harder to date in 2020. Tell us a little bit about the study.
Yeah, so the study is of 5,000 singles, not just Match users, all across America, and it's based on how they really navigated political, economic, social changes. And it really found that people are getting very open and serious about topics that necessarily weren't a part of the dating scheme before and are now a substantial part of it, especially politics and people's beliefs around it.
Yeah, so, the study found that there was a sort of dating renaissance, I guess, happening, and that 58% of singles are shifting towards something called intentional dating. What the heck is that?
Well, it's the opposite of unintentional, and that would be the hookup culture. I'm not saying that the hookup culture is dead. Yeah, but it's slowed down. So it's really, we're talking about actions that daters are now taking to support long-term commitment as opposed to one night. So 63% are spending more time getting to know each other. We saw that 69% are more honest in their interactions. So that's a big deal, and really having more meaningful conversations.
Wait, hookup culture is dead?
I wouldn't say it's dead, but it had a timeout moment
Well,
in
yeah,
2020, especially during quarantine.
Exactly, right? So let's get to politics. It's a big year. Obviously, politics has been frowned upon for dating. On certain apps, if you even put which side of the aisle you're on, people just swipe because they just don't want to deal with it. What changed about politics now this time around?
It's insane how much change. So that 76% they need their partner to have the same political beliefs is a huge jump. Just 3 years ago, it was 25% less. So that's an enormous jump. People want to have a partner with the same political belief. And it's a real thing on apps where people are having a hard time opening up their pool because people are being very, very segmented.
But did it
and
not?
very specific.
Was it not always a thing that you wanted to align yourself with somebody with the same beliefs?
If you asked me the same question 3 years ago, it was a completely different data point because people were more open to crossing the aisle. People were open to having conversations with others outside of their party affiliation. So that has changed enormously.
Understood. So, Rachel, let me ask you this, point blank. Debating politics is the new foreplay? What?
Listen, to each their own, but the people like it. People want someone that they can engage in a debate with.
Yeah, but if you're going after somebody with the same alignment, what's the debate?
I was just going to say that. I was like, I don't know what they're debating about. Maybe they're going down the issues. But yeah, 30% want to debate with their partner. They want to debate with their date. So I'm not saying that's the best idea on the first date, but I guess it can keep the passion going when you're down the road. But if you agree, it's not a debate.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. And we've also seen the Black Lives Matter movement go global, right? We've covered it a lot here. How is that? Because you're seeing it translate into the dating world as well.
Yes, people want to know if their date supports Black Lives Matter. They want to know how they feel about these social justice issues, which is a huge growth. But it's also showing in terms of interracial dating, that has increased. Now, 24% of singles are open to dating outside of their race, which is a 58% of increase, which is huge as well.
Rachel, where the heck do singles go to meet people now? Asking for a friend.
Apps are still the way to go. Absolutely, especially in 2020. It's so different out in the world. It's not like I can say, go hang out at a bar or a coffee shop, because who knows if they're open. So apps are still the way to go. Get on there.
Rachel, I love when you come on and talk about these kind of things. Let's bring in the group here. I'm not sure if anybody has a question for Rachel, but being the honorary OG, I don't know. OG is always top secret about her life. But
she's an enigma.
But Rachel, I think it's fascinating. I think it's fascinating how 2020 has changed so much in the dating world, but it also really hasn't. It's kind of the.
I mean, the basics are the same.
Yeah.
People are still looking for connection. We still want companionship. And actually, I think that's a bigger thing now because we realized, especially during quarantine, I could be lonely. Maybe I do want to focus on finding a partner.
Anybody?
5 years ago,
Anybody
I could have dated somebody who
Yeah.
said I don't believe in what you believe politically. Now I don't think I could. It's no longer like, oh, I
That
don't want to
changed.
tax the
Yeah.
top 2%. It's now just
Yeah.
a character issue. Well,
Right.
although I will say, to get in the mood, I dress like Lindsey Graham and my wife dresses like Nancy Pelosi, and it gets us all hot and bothered, and then we get all crazy on each other.
Not touching that with a 10-foot
Yeah.
pole.
No judgment.
That's right. This judgment-free zone.
Rachel, thank you for coming on. Thank you for your analysis this morning. One day, Rachel, can you find me someone?
Oh, Lord.
Matchmaker.
Don't get involved, Rachel.
No shame here on the Pick 7 Morning News.
Run.
I have
Save
no
yourself,
shame.
Rachel.
Rachel,
Save yourself.
anytime. Come on back, all right? Thank you.
Thanks for having me.